Hola, muy buenas noches, Alberto, ¿qué tal estáis? Está un nuevo vídeo de Juego de Tronos y bueno, vamos a continuar donde lo dejamos. Tenemos que, bueno, hablar con el maestre de aquí, de Aguas Fuentes, porque Valarr se ha hecho con el control de Aguas Fuentes en nuestra ausencia. Y tenemos que ir al muelle a hablar con Rayman, que me parece que se llamaba. No, Harwin.
Alistair, thank the Father. Nobody had heard any news of you. I was beginning to lose hope of ever seeing you again.
Yes, I am alive and well, but Valarr would have it otherwise. His men have orders to kill me on sight.
I dreaded something of this vile nature. When he came and told us you were dead, I thought immediately that it was some trickery on his part.
That's the kind of vulture he is. Unfortunately for him, he has no chance of killing Alistair.
Harwin, here is the knight Moors Westford, an old friend. He too has a score to settle with my half-brother.
Then we have to act quickly. The wedding will start soon.
When the news of my return spreads, Valarr will lose what little trust still remains. The lords will join my cause.
I wish it were that simple, Alistair, but do not count on it too much. Unfortunately, the lords have never put their trust in you. You had been away for years, fighting on Lord Tywin's orders. And after the rebellion, you vanished without trace. Some people have never even heard of you. They would have preferred to have seen Gawain follow your father, or even your sister, if it were not for her being a woman. Because of all this, they accept Valarr as their new lord, despite all his failings. With him, they see Lyanna keeping the reins of power at Riverspring.
But Heart of Fire, how can they be so blind? Valarr will share power with no one. Lyanna will have no say whatsoever as soon as the marriage has been consummated.
Your sister is no fool. If you still live, she will not enter into a marriage that will cost her everything. But to understand that, she has to see you with her own eyes. With your sister's support, you will also gain the allegiance of all those who believe in her.
I find it surprising that no one knows the true nature of Valarr. What has been going on at the castle since his arrival?
The mood is tense. Many are hostile to the idea of seeing a bastard take the place of your father. And Valarr, hastening this unholy marriage, did nothing to appease them.
He's hastening it, you say? Then that means the Queen has not legitimized this ceremony. And if it's not a royal decision, it means the bastard is acting of his own accord. I need to see Lyanna.
I can pass on a message to her on your behalf and arrange a meeting in a discreet location.
It's risky. Who's to say that she doesn't welcome becoming a legitimate power as the lady of the castle? If that's the case, she may well betray us.
Moors, you're speaking of my sister. She would never do that.
I don't want to take any chances. Do you really think a slip of a girl and some lordlings can make the slightest difference up against Valarr's men?
Let me remind you that Ryman promised us warriors.
Have you seen Ryman?
Yes, he's searching the town for any worthy men. He will join us afterwards.
I don't like the thought of doing nothing and just waiting for him. I should speak to Lyanna as soon as possible. We can come back later. Harwin, please inform her of my arrival.
I will have a message sent to her, even if I can no longer freely roam the castle. There are still a few servants who have remained loyal to me.
Perfect. Tell her to wait for me near the entrance to the God's Wood. It's discreet enough.
Very well. Stay here. I won't be long. It's done. Lyanna should be waiting for you across from the watermill.
Let's go. Harwin, please stay here in case Ryman makes an appearance.
Of course. May the gods be with you, Alistair. To see you defend Riverspring like this, your father would have been proud.
Thank you, Harwin.
Muy bien, vamos allá. Pide ayuda a tu hermana Lyanna. No me apetece mucho pelear, así que pelearé lo justo.
You think Valarr will end up disbanding the army?
Alistair, you live! Oh, thanks be to the merciful mother. I really hoped he was lying. But as we'd heard no news, I had to bring myself to accept this ceremony.
Don't worry, little sister. I've come to put an end to it all.
I've dreamed of hearing you say that.
Eliana, this is Mors. He's an old friend of mine. Maybe you remember him.
Yes, I think so. I'm sorry, Alistair, but time is growing short. We have to stop this wedding.
Do not worry, little sister. River Spring belongs to the Sarwis. As long as I live, Valarr will never have it. He will be gone from these lands by the day's end, dead or alive.
Alistair, remember that Valarr is the Queen's man. Killing him would do nothing to solve our problems with the Crown.
Quite the opposite. Once Valarr is no more, only Alistair will stand to inherit River Spring.
He tried to kill me, Eliana. His men attacked me, in our own streets, on his orders. When our banner men learn of his treachery, they will all rise up against him, regardless of what the Queen may say. No one will stand between me and our father's throne.
Yes, of course.
You don't seem convinced. Is there something wrong?
Nothing. It's just that... What will become of me in all this?
What are you saying? River Spring will be mine, as it should be. It was Father's wish.
When have you ever cared for his wishes? I'd like to forget the past, Alistair. I'd like to have faith in you. But it's no easy task. River Spring does not know you. All our people know is that you rode off to war and then disappeared afterwards. I slaved away to uphold these lands, to appease Lord Tywin, to convince our bannermen to remain loyal despite our disgrace. Father used to say, everything must be prepared for your brother's return. There was never a thought for us. As a woman, I accepted my fate. But for Garwin, it was different. Father didn't want him as an heir. He belittled him endlessly. In the end, he disinherited him on account of their ceaseless arguing. Then Garwin left, Father died, and you came back as if nothing had ever happened. You seem to think that River Spring will pass you by right. But don't forget who made that possible.
How can you say that? I would make a terrible lord without you at my side. We will protect River Spring from the Bloodseekers together, and we will rule it together. It may not be what Father would have wanted, but it is only fair.
That's enough for me. You have my support.
It's a joy to hear it. Now, if you would, I need you to gather the lords. I will soon confront Valarr. I need them to be there, ready to lend their support.
That should be possible. Under the guise of preparing for the ceremony, I could go and speak with them without Valarr suspecting a thing.
I'm counting on you to convince them, little sister.
I will do my best. Be careful.
A bloody strong woman. Your sister knows what she wants.
She has the heart of a warrior. Had she been born a man, the world would have been the better for it.
The world needs great women too, you know. Come, we have much to do.
Bien, pues vamos a volver. Pi, 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 pi. No hay nadie. Aquí hay algo. monedas.
Ah, there you are. Have you spoken to your sister?
I have. If all goes well, Eliana will make sure that the Lords of Riverspring will be there when the time comes to confront Valarr.
Excellent. With all those witnesses, Valarr will be unable to end this in bloodshed.
I don't want to discourage you, but that wouldn't stop me.
He may be half mad, but I don't think he would go that far.
Let's hope so.
No news of Ryman?
Not yet, but I'm sure he'll be here soon.
What the hell is your cousin doing? How long does it take to get around this town?
Strange. That stubborn ass is proud of his punctuality.
Well, he has chosen the wrong day to make an exception. Let's not stay here.
Not so fast, my friends. You're not going anywhere. When I bring him your heads, Lord Valarr will shower me in gold.
Showered with gold, no less. How sad. I hate to crush a man's dream.
The old captain! Where did he come from?
What should we do with this scum, Alistair?
We can't take any risks. They need to die.
Son of a whore.
Mejor matarlos, no vaya a ser que lo avise y venga con más soldados el Valarr. No joda.
That's what you get for serving a whoreson. You die younger.
Ryman, are these all the men you could find?
The only trustworthy ones, yes. But they're brave and completely devoted to the memory of Lord Reynald.
These lads are barely out of swaddling clothes. They won't hold up against Valar's bloodseekers.
They'll do just fine. We weren't any different ourselves during our first battles.
This escort should be able to ensure your safety within the castle, but if things go wrong, it won't be enough to hold the town. Since Valar's arrival, many of your father's men have retreated to the country. If we inform them of your return, they are certain to come back to us.
Indeed, we may need them. I will leave that in your hands, Harwin.
As for us, we need to have a word with Valarr.
Come on, we have a castle to take back.
Bien, vamos a subir de nivel. A ver, página de personajes. Vale, resistencia. Página de asesinatos. Aquí, aquí. Ignición. Habilidades. Bien. Vamos a mejorar un poco la armadura pesada, que es más o menos lo que tengo como otra. Va, este va desenfrenado. Va desenfrenado. ¿A por quién va, tío?
Well, what do we have here? Sir Ryman, I thought Lord Valarr made it perfectly clear to you that you're not welcome in this castle.
Valarr is a bloody fool. My cousin Alistair is the only master here. Move aside, old man, or suffer the consequences.
Alistair, eh? Well, you're out of luck this time. Once I've called my men, we'll make sure you die this time. Guards!
Cuidado. Estos deben de ser los que van circulando por toda la ciudad. Me habían tumbado, ¿eh?
A fine victory, Alistair. The streets of Riverspring are ours.
But not the castle. Be very careful. There will be many enemies inside.
Vamos para adentro. Vamos a pillar aquí al mete de justas. Bien. Entramos.
Look who's here. The little chicken Sarwick come home to roost. I'll take my time in clacking you, boy.
Save your japes for the corpses outside the gates, Wex. It didn't do them much good having you as their leader.
I'm no wet nurse to those craving weaklings. I'm here to kill the rats.
You'll do no such thing, Lieutenant. You speak of my brother and my cousin. They will always be welcome within these walls. Let them through.
Forgive me, my lady, but these bastards have taken the castle by force, slit the throats of our guards. So they tell me. I'm only following orders.
As I said, you won't do anything. I doubt Valarr could put his own family to the sword without punishment from the crown.
Ah, may the others take you. Valarr can take care of you himself.
That's exactly what we want. Run ahead to tell him we're on our way.
Oh, I'll tell him. And I'll make sure to be there when he comes to finish you off.
Thank you, Ilyana. That was very clever. Is everything ready?
I was able to pass the word on. All the town's most important men await your appearance in the throne room. Maester Harwin has made sure that our bannermen have been told.
They may not make it in time. I can't wait for them. It is time I settled matters with Valarr.
Bien.
Surprised to see me, traitor?
Slightly. I had hoped that Wex's men would have dealt with you, but it seems you're made of sterner stuff. I underestimated you.
You need more than a gang of peasant hirelings to prevent me from returning to my home. You are a disgrace to this family, Valarr. Your very existence is an affront to our values.
Would that be old Moors I see there? Perfect. If that oaf is here, then his little lady can't be far away.
I have come to take back what is mine by right. I cannot abide your crimes anymore. Leave River Spring while you still can.
You have some nerve. You come to tell me that here, on my wedding day. I think you'll find that my Bloodseekers are more than capable of punishing those who challenge my authority. They will even take great pleasure in doing it.
Valarr, my brother and his friends speak only for themselves. But your threats mean nothing here, in front of this gathering of our banners.
Agreed! Stop this tyranny!
You declared that Sir Alistair was dead. However, it appears he is very much alive. Why have you deceived us?
I find myself asking the same question, and I demand an explanation.
You want the truth? So be it. Ilyana, your brother is wanted for murder. He comes here with a deserter from the Night's Watch and a known enemy of the Crown, whose death has been ordered by the Queen herself. I declared that he had been given an honorable death because I wanted to preserve our family's honor. Along with Gawain's murder of his father, Alistair's crimes would have sullied our name beyond redemption. I think you would agree with me that he can no longer lay claim to the seat of Riverspring after such acts.
You bastard. This is all just a string of lies.
I'm not interested in your falsehoods. To me, you're both guilty of treason, and that is all that matters. I have the power and the orders to punish you in the name of the Queen. And mark my words, I have every intention of carrying them out. Now, surrender, Alistair. If you resist, I will call on my army. They are waiting on my orders around Riverspring. All I need is to say the word, and this town will fall to the sword.
How can you claim to be the Lord of Riverspring when you would threaten your own people with your army? You care nothing for our values. Family is hope, Valarr. You should never have gone against us.
Such noble words didn't stop old Reynold from throwing me and Gawain out like common thieves. Nothing you say will prevent me from fulfilling my duty. Mors and Alistair, you are traitors. You will have to answer for your crimes.
You want justice? Very well. I call for a trial by combat. Our respective gods will separate the just from the unjust, the honorable from the traitor. Who should live, and who will die?
Splendid idea, Sir Alistair. May the gods witness this fight.
Wait, Alistair. Valarr, you say we are criminals and traitors. You accuse Jane of being an enemy of the Crown. I will make you eat those words myself. So, fight me, here and now. Let's settle this once and for all.
Careful, Mors. Both our lives are at stake here.
Don't worry. I know what I'm doing.
Be careful. I've seen how the snake hisses in his enemy's ears, distracting them as he moves in to strike. Whatever happens, stay focused on the fight. Do not let him distract you with his insults and lies.
I accept. Whether I face Alistair or you, it matters little. Neither of you pose any threat to me. Both of you face your death either way.
I hope you know what you're doing. The duel has been accepted. These men will fight to the death under the sight of the gods. Everyone, make room!
Let us say our prayers this day to the seven that stand as one. May they look fairly upon those who are about to face their judgment. On behalf of the Crown, Sir Valarr Hill accuses Sir Alistair Sarwick of treason, and of conspiring with traitors and enemies of the realm. Sir Mors Westford rejects the charges against him. He will fight to defend himself in a trial by combat, as well as Sir Alistair. May the seven search their souls to know truth from lies. May they accord justice to the innocent and death to the guilty. May the gods let their judgment be known, and we shall accept it.
A pity I have to kill you, Mors. Now you won't get to see what I'll do to your little slut before I turn her over to the Queen.
Save your breath. You haven't got many more.
Don't tell me you care that much for this whore. Open your eyes, old man. Why do you think she let that fat pig Robert stick his cock in her? It's well known he beds nothing but whores now. I assume she's not actually paying you with coin. Maybe your protection costs her nothing more than her teats and ahs.
Is that all you have to disarm me? 15 years, and you are still the same pathetic puppet?
I'm not the same. I'm feared, and I will have you fear me. already, old man? What happened to the great Moors who could strike down knights and horses with one swing of his sword? You fight like a crippled hen.
We're just warming up, boy. A horse is a worthy foe, unlike you.
Oh, really? Come at me again then, old man. Everyone is here to see you die. At least make it entertaining.
Me ha ganado. Vale. Volvemos otra vez. Bueno, chavales, pues voy a cortar aquí. Espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. Like, favorito, suscribíos. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.